What's going on, guys? Taimanin Amazing here. We're back with another video. In today's video, guys, I'm gonna be doing a tier list on the playable characters in Action Taimanin. I'll link the tier list in the description if you guys want to actually give it a shot yourself, and you can let me know what you guys think is the ranking here. For basically what you guys believe is who's good and stuff in Action Taimanin. You can share it in the Discord. Link in the description to the Discord if you want to join. Yeah, let's actually hop in. So I want to let you guys know off the bat that this is my opinion. Everyone is gonna have a different opinion on characters in the game, especially with the Action Taimanin, where there's so many characters and how you can build them. Every character in this game has a purpose and has a use. So don't think that any of these characters, if I put a character in C, don't think that it's super bad. And if I highball a character, I put them in S, let's say, take my word with a grain of salt, I guess, but you guys understand basically, right? So let's hop in. We're doing the tier list, man. First things first, we got Asaki here. So I'm gonna take Asaki and I'm gonna put her in the A tier. So also what I'm gonna do as well is off the rip, I'll also just do this. We'll put the characters I do not have in do not have. I'm gonna actually show you guys info about the do not have characters that Bello actually gave to me. So shout out to Bello D. He actually gave me some info on those characters, so if you guys wanted to see get my ranking for them, I'll do that at the end of the video, because I don't have them myself, so I can't really give a perspective. But yeah, that's kind of where I would for now we're gonna leave them there, and then I'll show you guys what Bello's thoughts are on the characters, and then using that I'll actually rank them in the actual tiers. But for now we'll leave them in the do not have, just for just to make it easier on myself. But yeah, Asaki A tier. Asaki is just such a good character. You guys know Kojenka, best dodge in the game. Sure, she has a lot of ways you can build her. You can run full red, you can run full green, you can run full blue. Full blue is healing with the what is it, Raku Senka, whatever. I forgot what it is, but I know blue Asagi is really good. Green Asagi does a lot of damage. Red Asagi has some viability as well. We can actually pull up Asagi, I guess, in game as well. Let's see, Asagi. Yeah, no, she's not a bad character at all, man. She's actually really good. I was running my full green build with her recently, the last time I actually went with her. But yeah, that's kind of what you can kind of see there. But yeah, man, she's pretty good. I think she has a good amount of skills here as well, with her thing, Kojenka obviously being the most important one with the dodge. I think the Renjenka does a lot of damage too when you run full green. Yeah, no, I think she has multiple builds you can definitely run with her, and she's really good because of that. So I'm gonna give her the A tier. She could have been S, and I think honestly she could deserve S as well, but in my opinion, I think Sagi's gonna be in the A tier right there. Next character we got here is going to be Asuka. Asuka I'm going to give the B tier, and the reason I'm giving Asuka B tier is the thing with Asuka is she doesn't have healing in her kit, which kind of sucks. If we go over to Asuka in game here, I'll just pull up mine. She doesn't have any healing skills at all. None of her skills here actually do any healing. Even her 81 skill doesn't have any healing, which it's not the don't think that a character needs healing to be good, because Asuka herself has it's good. She's really good. I would have gave her A tier easily if she had a healing skill, though, to be fair, because healing in this game is just so beneficial, especially when you're doing hard content. I think it does really help out when you can keep your unit sustainable. But no, she's really good. Full red build goes crazy. I've seen full green somewhat where I know full red is definitely the way to go with Asuka, though. Full blue doesn't really work as much, but I mean, you could try it. A lot of builds just go with her, and her attack string is really quick. I don't know if I can show you guys, but we'll do a little quick demo of her attack string. It is actually very quick. So yeah, I have my volume turned down for Asuka at the moment, but yeah, I'll show you guys the attack string here. If I just do this, look at that. That's just her regular attack string, right? Look how quick that is. In comparison to what, I don't know, what's a character has a slow attack, Sakura, in comparison to Sakura, look how quick this is. And also when you have her Taimanin art, it becomes ranged, so that's already something we would give in favor of Asuka there. So let's actually alt tab out. Actually no, let me go to main menu, and then we'll alt tab out. Yeah, we'll discuss the next character being Emily Simmons. So Emily, I'm gonna give the S tier, because Emily in Action Taimanin is one of the best characters in the game easily. I would say in terms of okay, if you need a character, let's say you started the game recently, right, and you're thinking of a character that is just good in everything, and also has auto, by the way. then Emily is the character for you, because she is cracked. She's cracked. I can show you guys. If you go to my Emily here, my Emily, she's built out, and you know, she's running full red right now. Or no, you know, she's running I think it was 2 red. No, she is running full red. Okay. But if you do run like 2 red and then like 1 blue, you could actually do like a homing bullets build for auto. But yeah, Emily is just so cracked, man. If you guys don't know about Emily, zero system makes it so she can automatically, you know, perform automatic normal attacks, right? And then, you know, when she has set 2 for the all set here, she moves automatically to the next area. So literally auto. It's not just that makes her good though, because she has a lot of things. She has healing field, which, you know, when she gets a dodge off, she starts healing in that little area, which is really, really good. And then she also has, you know, like there's a lot of other things you can do. Like you can do like axe impact if you're running full red, does a lot of damage. From what I remember, I know AG's tackle can work on some builds as well. Yeah, there's a lot of like things you can go about with using with Emily, and I think she's really good. She's really good in PvP, PvE. She's god tier. Literally any content in the game, she does the work, man. She gets the job done. So if you're like, you know, contemplating picking up Emily and you don't know to pick her up or not, I would say literally just for the auto sake or like that convenience factor, I would actually just pick her up instantly. Right, I just think that is definitely worth it in my opinion. So let's hop into the next character, being Kirara. For Kirara, I'm gonna give her the C tier, and the reason I'm giving Kirara the C tier is not because she's like super bad or anything. It's just the problem with Kirara is that when you use her, you just like, you guys will know, you know what I mean, like when you use Kirara. I'll show you guys here how Kirara kind of feels. Like it's not like, you know, she doesn't feel like a quick character. She doesn't feel as fluid. Like her attack like is kind of stiff. Like you can kind of see here that like, and the animation is somewhat slow too, but like I can't really move out of that like attack string animation. It's kind of slow. But yeah, and you know, with the builds you go with you know, Kirara here, you can run full green, full red. I've seen like full red and full green kind of work. I don't know about blue. I haven't really tested that much, you know. But I do know that full red and full green do pretty well in Kirara. Let me just back out here, and we'll see what other skills she has, because I haven't really seen her skills in a minute. But I know like she's not the worst in the game by any means. You know, she just, I think she, like, I don't know, she has a little bit of issues in her kill. Like, you know, full green is definitely the way to go with her, by the way. Like as the main build, because she does like so much damage. Her Shadow Leopard Fist does a lot. You can also run like Frost Edge as well if you like that kind of, you know, that jump ups, like attack hit. Frigid Zone's pretty good too. Yeah, like, you know, there's a lot of builds you can run with Kirara, and I think she's a decent character. It's just the problem is her movements are very stiff. And, you know, she's not, like, anything too crazy. I don't even know if she has healing. Does she have healing? She's not, like, anything too crazy, right? Like, that's, like, one thing I've noticed a lot about Kirara. Yeah, she doesn't have any healing, unfortunately. But, yeah, like, that's just the way it is, man. I think she's not, like, you know, obviously not the worst character or anything. If you main Kirara, she can be very good. Like, trust me. She hits numbers. But I don't think she's gonna be, you know, like, I don't think she's anywhere near like Asaki or Emily. Like, she's definitely close, I guess, to Asaka in terms of, like, you know, what she can do. But I do think that Kirara would be put in the C tier there. So your next character, Kurenai, my main. I'm gonna tell you guys right now, and this is, I say this is a unbiased opinion, you know, because I don't want to be like biased, because, you know, guys, if you guys don't know, Kurenai is my main, but I would give Kurenai A tier. And the reason I give Kurenai A tier, there's a lot of things to like explain about Kurenai, but mainly is that she has multiple builds you can run with her. You can run full green, you can run full red. Full blue is all right. From what I remember, like, it actually is not that bad. Storm Zone does a lot of damage if you have full blue, but yeah, I know full green is really like it just does so much damage, bro. If you're running full green on Kurenai, you actually just do so much damage. When I was using Kurenai on the you know, like the arena tower, I actually used her solo for 90%, I would say, of like all the floors there. Like at the end I had to use like Emily and Asaki, but Kurenai really carried my runs when I had an invincibility supporter and full green, because she just did so much damage, man. She was so good, and like the fact that I was able to beat that without healing, by the way, on full green, because she does have healing on Gale Slash, but with full green I beat it with no healing, bro, goes to show how cracked she can actually be. You know, like that I think that's like a really good bonus there. She does have healing with Gale Slash, right? So she, you know, she is somewhat sustainable if you are running full red. She's really, really good in PvP, easily like top like 2-3 in the game for PvP. because Kurenai does have, like, if we go to her like PvP build, which, you know, I have set up right now, so Gale slash Deflecting Wind and then Shinganji dual wield. So like Deflecting Wind is the best counter in the game, from what I've been told, and in play it actually is really good, you know, if you are running it. So it is not a bad you know, like thing to have there. If I was running Deflecting Wind actually on my full green build, I actually would have healing there too, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I think the, like, you know, in PvE running Deflecting Wind is not too crazy. But yeah, and then her 81 skill actually is very good. Like the Storm Fang, because when you're running around, basically you hold your like attack button and you just drop it, and they take a lot of damage. They get, like, you know, depending on like what you have as the set bonus. But like I had, like, when I was running full green with her, it reduced enemy speed, and it was so useful for me in like tower and all that other stuff, right? So I just think, you know, Kurenai, like, in my opinion, I would give her the A tier. I think she's on the level of Asaki. She's not, I wouldn't say she's better than Asaki per se, but I think she's definitely on the level of Asaki's power, because Asaki being just like such a good all-round character, right? Kurenai is definitely up there, I think, personally. Okay, moving on, we have Murasaki. Murasaki, in my opinion, oh, and by the way, guys, this is not like ranked in the tiers, by the way. Like, this is just like the way it is. But I guess I don't know, I guess I could rank it in the tiers, like, I guess. But for now, let's just say, like, anyone in the same tier is just like around the same like level of strength, you know what I mean? So Murasaki, you guys know Murasaki is broken. I'm giving Murasaki the S tier, and the reason I'm giving Murasaki S tier is because she has the most healing skills in the game of any character, man. If we go to her skill kit, if you run full green, unfortunately, I think the only thing that, like, it doesn't suck about Murasaki is that she is kind of like held back in that you have to, not have to run, but like full green is definitely her best build. Full blue does work though, and I've seen full red also work as well. But if you're ever using Murasaki for any content, really, full green is just the way to go, man. Because her dodge is Tentacle Mine, full green build with the dodge itself. She has Tentacle Hole, which is her 81 skill, having healing. She has Great Axe Senpu, which has healing, as you can see, like just restoring HP off of damage. Like the only like con about Murasaki is her slow attack speed, but she makes up for that with big damage that she does with her attacks, right? So that's just something to take into account. And I think like her build too, like if you're running Great Axe Senpu, you could do like what, like Great Axe Senpu, Great Axe Isen, and then Tentacle Mine. You like, let's say you're not 81, you don't have the monthly, you just run like these three, boom, and every like any content in the game, Murasaki gets done like that. Like, you actually do not have to worry. If you guys have seen me use Murasaki, you know how powerful she can be. And I think personally, I would rank her above Emily, but they are on the same tier of power. Like, I do agree that they are like on the same level. But I do think Murasaki is probably the best character in the game. Not by far, but like, you know, she's definitely the best just because of all them healing skills. Trust me, like if you're doing arena tower and you use Murasaki, you beat the entire thing, and it's actually like, it's crazy how much easier it is when using Murasaki, right? So yeah, that's just, you know, my take on her. And yeah, we'll move on to Noah Brown. Noah Brown, I'm gonna give the C tier here, and the reason I'm giving Noah Brown C tier is because I haven't really, like, you know, I haven't really got much use to Noah Brown, I'm not gonna lie. I did my video on her, my first impressions, and I got to kind of like see what she's about. But from what I remember, her attack string, not anything too crazy. It's kind of slow, you know. I think it had a little bit of an issue there. I really did like her ultimate though, with the transformation thing that she had going on there. And you know, I think that was like pretty good. She does have healing sustained with her blue build. I don't know if she has another build that has healing. Yeah, full blue does have double healing skills, which is really good. You know, just something to take into account, like Robert's Revenge and then Amanda's Exile, double healing skills. And then, you know, you can run her like, I think like full green was pretty good from what I remember. Full green did pretty well. I think full blue, if you're running like a healing build, can work. Juliet's Sneer is also an option as well. From what I remember, it does a lot of damage, which is really good. So there are a few builds you can run with Noah Brown there, and I think she's an alright character. I think her like attack string does kind of make her a little bit worse, and I do think that her ultimate is somewhat lackluster in endgame content. Like when you're using an ultimate like that, you're not dishing out a lot of damage, right? You're invincible, which is good. You can't die, which is like, you know, a plus. Like if you're in like a sticky situation, drop the ultimate. The damage on it is not the like craziest, because if you have like a Kurenai ult, let's say, and you drop that, like that's just doing so much more damage than a Noah Brown ultimate is going to be doing, right? So that's just something to take into account. I don't think she's like super bad or anything. I just think, you know, she is a little bit lower in terms of power compared to the characters we have above here. But yeah, that's just my opinion. You guys let me know how you feel about Noah Brown. Next character we got is Rinko. Rinko, I'm going to be giving it's a hard placement too, because I think it's either B or C. Because, you know, I don't know, like my experience really with Rinko has, I don't know, it's good and bad. Like that's the thing with Rinko. I think she has good like aspects about her and she has bad. I will give her I'm gonna give her C, and the reason I'm gonna give her C is because she's very limited in terms of her builds. The only build you ever run on Rinko, and the only one that's actually like good, by the way, is her full blue build, like Meteor Impact. Like you can run like the Mugen Hoei like full green build, and it's just like her animation takes so long, bro. Full green isn't like that crazy, you know. You know, Rinko's attack string is really good. I think it's definitely the best of C tier. Like if we're looking at the characters in C tier, she definitely has the best attack string. Meteor Impact is really, really good. Unfortunately, I think she has healing, but it's not through blue, if I'm not mistaken. Oh no, it is. Okay, so she does have healing through blue, which is good, because that's the main build you're running anyway, right? So yeah, no, like I think like if you were talking about Rinko herself with just blue, right? I would give her the B tier. And I guess it's not fair to give Murasaki S, but bro, she's just so like good, even though she's limited to that one like you know thing. Like obviously you could run Murasaki with other things, but Rinko, you're actually only limited to blue. Like the only build you run with Rinko that has success is blue. I've seen red do well on Rinko, because Taimanin Mari actually did make a red Rinko build, but it's not as good as the blue build. Obviously blue is just, you know, the way to go. Not to say that Rinko's a bad character, because she is very good, and like, you know, it's hard to do all these placements. You guys know, like it's just hard to rank characters like this. But just because of how my usage with Rinko, you know what, because she does have healing, which I think is better than Kirara, and her attack string is better. Noah Brown does have healing too, but she just like I don't think is as comparable. Okay, we'll give Rinko the B tier. We'll give Rinko. I changed it on the fly there. We'll give Rinko the B tier because I do think, I guess that's fair, right? You know, again, all on the same tier. I'm not gonna like rank within the tiers, so you know it is what it is. Moving on to one of my favorite characters here, we have Sakura. Sakura is my GOAT. So if you guys don't know, Sakura is a pretty good character in that only when you're using blue, by the way. Blue and green. Okay, blue and green. We have two options with Sakura if you're running her. Full blue, full green, they both work. I think full blue is definitely her build to go with though, because she has healing in full blue. So she has Shadow Spin, which is like, you know, her attack that does like the healing effect. Shadow Cleave is so good. It's just like, okay, in the same aspect as Rinko, where she has Meteor Impact being her best thing, Sakura's best thing is easily Shadow Cleave by a long shot. So if you are using Shadow Cleave, like literally you hold down the attack button, and the moment you let go, boom. Like you see how it's instant like lock on? That is so powerful. I think that is actually like, when using Sakura is so useful, right? Like that is like the main thing about Shadow Cleave that's so useful, is that the moment you do that, it auto targets the enemy, so you instantly damage them, and you're dishing out so much damage with full blue. It's actually insane. So because of that, I will give Sakura the B tier. I will give her B tier. Like same placement as Rinko, I guess is fair, right? Because you do run her mainly with a full blue build. Shadow Claw green build can work, but if you are ever running Sakura and you want success with her, you're definitely running full blue. And she, you know, she does have sustain with her healing on Shadow Spin. You know, her 81 skill is not bad if you guys haven't seen it yet. Her 81 skill is actually not bad. It's the Shadow Phantom. It's instead of using Shadow Tangle as your dodge, you could run Shadow Phantom, and it gets you like a Toad Bear, or increases your bear's damage depending on the type. So like, you know, you got options there, man. So Sakura's pretty good. Final character we have here before we actually go over the do not have characters, we have Sue. So Sue, I'm gonna give the B tier, and the reason I'm giving Sue B tier is because if we actually look over at Sue's kit, man, she is really good with her ult. I think her ult low-key carries her kit. Because when you're using Sue and you drop the ultimate, you have invincibility and your attacks have like insane range. The range on her attacks, if you guys have seen her ultimate, is kind of crazy. It literally hits everyone in the room, which is really strong, right? Like when you're using Sue. So if we go to her skills as well, from what I remember, like when using Sue, I think her full blue build I think was really good. I'm not too sure. I haven't really gotten much usage with her, but what I do remember is full blue did work pretty well. What's the one that does the like where is it, the like dragon one? Where is that one? Is it no, that's her Taimanin art. That is like a counter. Is it this one right here? Yeah, this is the like one right here, and it becomes a range attack shooting dragons. The full blue, from what I remember, was pretty good when I was using it. Like I think I had a lot of success with full blue on Sue. And you know, you have a lot of options as well. She does gain a lot of her kit revolves around her super armor, gaining super armor. And if you guys don't know, super armor is just like really good damage reduction. Basically, you just take like no damage. You just tank everything. And I think Sue's attack string is pretty good too. Like the only thing that's bad I would say about Sue really is that her range on her attack string is very low. Her range is not too crazy, but it is fairly quick and does have like decent stagger. So I do think because of that, you know, we'll give her the B tier. And also that, you know, she can carry in some hard content. And with a built up Sue, if you guys don't know, I don't know if I'll have the clip, but I did see on Twitter that Bello retweeted that someone actually hit 900k with Sue on a hit, like, which is crazy, right? Like just it goes to show, man, like Sue is cracked. So we'll give her the B tier. That is my tier list. Just like this is my tier list. Like if I don't have opinions on these characters right here, just because I don't have them. But luckily, my boy Bello, and this is basically, I guess, the end of the video here. But because Bello actually gave me info here on each of the characters, I can kind of go over them and give you guys like an idea of where they would rank on the tier list itself. So, again, I haven't used these characters myself, so you know, this is, I guess, you know, more subjective, I would say, like, you know, depending on what you guys want to believe where they'd be put. But I'll read out like what Bello like suggested for every character and like what they have of the ones I'm you know, I have in there, and then we'll actually go over where I would rank them if, you know, we are talking like tier list wise. So let's hop in. So Bello says, tier lists are always subjective unless a character really sucks, and it's the skill of the player to make the character good on how much you will on them, lol. Obro is more of a boss killer / single target enemy. Her bread and butter is her Simon skill, where a certain amount of damage stop on screen, and she can concentrate on the ones still moving or the ones that are stopped. As always, damage potential is dependent on Magatamas and weapons for DPS. Early Obro for me does a lot of combo but is weak. Late Obro, when she's 75, since cannot go to 81 yet, becomes better as skills, attack, ultimate, crit damage, etc. are maxed to 25. So, you know, like she does start to build up. Obro does start to ramp up, which is good. So early game, Obro has weak damage till later max. She's not my favorite in playstyle. A Wolverine playstyle, very aggressive, in your face type style. So like if you kind of like that, like, you know, where you're in someone's face, you're doing the like slashes, like if you like Wolverine as a character, Obro is definitely your character then, if you're gonna be using her. But just off of that, like off of you know, the info that Bello gave there, she's not gonna be too crazy. You know, yeah, like early game Obro's not gonna be too crazy. She's not, you know, depending, it's like obviously all the characters in the game have a playstyle, right? And she's only really good as like a boss killer single target enemy, which a lot of characters in Action Taimanin are meant to either do both, or like, you know, like, or like if you're facing enemies in Action Taimanin, most of them are usually like groups of enemies, right? So that's kind of like a downside for Obro. In that sense, I'll give her C tier, right? Again, I've not used Obro myself, so I'm not gonna say like this is a for sure ranking of where she like a placement for her. But she does, I would say she probably would be good in PvP then if she has single target viability. But like the only ever time you're really gonna use Obro is when you're in content that is only boss oriented. If they have content in Action Taimanin where you fight like boss after boss, I think Obro will actually be like so much better. But a lot of content in Action Taimanin is you face like a bunch of enemies at once, and if Obro is meant to be like a single target DPS, then she's not gonna be like too crazy. So we'll give her that tier. Moving on. Ingrid. So as for Ingrid, she's stiff. Her movements are similar to other characters like Sue, Asagi, Yukikaze, and Renko. Her attack strings are strong, but since it's like a fencing, it's very stiff and hard to get into when you need to break enemy armor. Her other builds make her gameplay similar to other characters. Her bread and butter are Evil Flare and Evil Heat Blast. Did she say anything? Evil Flare hits all enemies on the screen and a dash. Evil Heat Blast is an AoE that hits multiple enemies, so she has better crowd control than Obro. So okay, so overall, I think Ingrid, because of what you know, Bello mentioned there, if you get the playstyle correct with Ingrid, I think she would be probably B or A tier, because of what he mentioned there. I think though, I don't know. We need like an in-between like a tier, bro. I guess for the sake of the video, I'll give her like, you know, do we round up or do we round down? I think, you know, I wouldn't put her on the same tier as Obro, I don't think. I wouldn't put her on the same tier as Kirara and Noah Brown, so we will give her the B tier. Ingrid, like as Bello D was mentioning there, she does have Evil Flare and Evil Heat Blast. Evil Flare hits all enemies on the stream with a dash attack, and Evil Heat Blast is an AoE that hits multiple enemies. So already by that, she has a lot better crowd control than Obro, so I would rank her higher, because she would be able to do single target DPS as long, like alongside, you know, crowd control, like you know, with the what's it called, the Evil Heat Blast skill right there, right? So we'll give her the B tier. I think that's a solid spot, right? Like just as a slot. I would say, yeah, I think this is fair, right? Like where she's ranked like along Asuka, like Sakura, Rinko. I think that's like a fair placement as well. Moving on to Yukikaze. Yukikaze from the get-go is strong. Though she has the lowest stats in the game, she makes up for the damage. You just need little investment on Yuki on the weapon side. She'll be good. She's easy to learn as well, unlike Obro and Ingrid, since she has distance as her advantage, skills that can stun enemies, and a green build Death Ball and Ryan that regens HP. Overall, Yuki with little investment on weapons, she makes up for damage and good skills to crowd control and escape situations that can KO her. So from what Bello's saying there, Yukikaze sounds like a really, really good character. And from what I've seen too, because I've seen gameplay of Yukikaze, I think she's easily A or S tier. One of these two. I think probably we'll give her A tier. Just for just to be like fair, because I don't know if she's as good as Murasaki. But things to note about Yukikaze though is she has a lot of range, because she is a range character just like Emily, which is really strong obviously, because you're not taking damage like in your face like that. You know, she's ranged. She has HP regen with her full green build, little investment early on, good crowd control. Like she is really good. Easily like just an A slot, you know what I mean? Like just slap her in A tier. I think that's a fair placement for Yukikaze. Even like, okay, this is probably interchangeable too. Like you could probably give her the S tier as well. But for now, we'll give her the A tier. Moving on, we have Shiranui, the final character to go over. So Shiranui, Bello says, after the buff, she's damn good. Great crowd control and lifesteal moves. Though she's still even with added speed on her attack chain, she still needs to wind up and doesn't have the range of Murasaki, but is near her damage. The only bad part about Shiranui now is you need investment with her. Early game, she has the weakest skill stats till later on when Ascended and Awakened. Yeah, so basically you're gonna struggle a bit early on, but in the long run, she's good. So because of that, and because of like how, like, you know, good her buff is, I will give her the A tier alongside Yukikaze. I do think that Shiranui, because of the buff though, you know, she has she's like really good, right? As Bello's saying, great crowd control, great lifesteal. Like if you do invest in her, which, you know, if you're investing in a character, they're just gonna do super well. And a character like Shiranui is a character that if you invest in her, she will be really, really, really good, man. So because of that like buff she got, she's actually not a bad character anymore. Before the buff, she probably would have been like C tier, but now she's in A tier. You'll love to see it, man. That is the tier list, guys. Again, you know, shout out to Bello for giving me the info on the do not have characters, because I didn't really want to go into this tier list kind of just guessing where I'd place them. I wanted to have like an idea of where I'd actually place them, using what Bello kind of gave me as an idea. So if you guys don't, you know, if you guys just want to like take my advice, just like do this, like we'll just take that, and that would be my tier list. That's kind of what I would go for. But you know, if I was to input like every character in the game, this is where I would rank them basically. So yeah, that's gonna be it. I've been recording for 30 minutes now. Crazy. I've just been going on and on. Action Taimanin, man, it's crazy. But yeah, that's gonna be it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe as always. If you guys want to see more videos like this, definitely let me know in the comment section below. And I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. Peace out and have a great rest of your day.